Today, I'm going to talk about the sixth step in how to overcome overwhelm. So, as you know, I've made a series of six steps on how to overcome overwhelm, and I made a little guide that you can download. And if you've seen the previous days, your overwhelm is talking to you, it's telling you something. So, the first step is actually to start and listen. Then the first step you can take is actually to breathe, to start consciously breathing, because your breath will reconnect you to yourself and it will calm everything down. In the previous videos, I give much more and a much bigger explanation. So if you'd love to, you can always check them out. The second step was to make a no list, and your no can be a full sentence. We have all these shoulds and musts and have to. And if you ask yourself, do I really have to? Most of the time, these things that you think you have to do, they're not really vital. So start saying no. And if it costs you your peace, it's way too expensive. So the third step was to start giving back to yourself, because if you give to everybody but you don't give to yourself, in the end you feel empty and you can only give what you have. So it's really important to start giving to yourself, because we all are forces of nature. We all have this life force, this gigantic life force in us. The only thing is, like, you can compare it to a smoldering fire. If you give the fire CO2, you will extinguish it. So the fire needs oxygen. So you need to give it some oxygen, and then your fire, your life force will just like explode. So please start giving back to yourself. Then the next step in how to overcome your overwhelm, the fourth step was to start and delegate. Start delegating things you don't like. Start delegating things that don't serve you. So please, that was the next step. Then the fifth step was actually when you feel overwhelmed. You can do this when you feel overwhelmed, but you can also do this just in the morning or in the evening, just to start the day nicely or to finish the day nicely, is to start and visualize. You close your eyes and you visualize beautiful moments in your life. It's very, very powerful, because when you become grateful, you can't be grateful and anxious at the same time. So it's really, really important to actually start visualizing these things. And then the sixth step is to thank your body for talking to you. This might sound really, really weird, but your body is talking to you. And what are you resisting? What is your body telling you? And what are you lying to yourself about? What I'll just give an example about my own life. At one point, I felt so overwhelmed. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was suffocating. And then we moved. I had a baby. Everything was a little bit too much. And then I was working. And like, I'm a doctor, and doctors are the worst to take care in matters of taking care of themselves. So please, this is like a warning story. Please don't do this. And I was working, and I felt this really, on this side, really weird feeling on my face. But I could still move it, I could still talk, I could still do everything. So I continued working. But the feeling stayed, and then I had this weird feeling on my arm. It took me, listen to this, it took me almost 2 months to actually get an MRI and to check it out. And when I got the MRI, they found a mass, a tumor. It was a meningioma, and a meningioma is actually a tumor. It's not, I don't see it as it's classified as a brain tumor, but it's not, to me, it's not really a brain tumor, because it's a tumor of the membrane that envelops the brain. So I was like, okay, I need to get this out, because this can give me seizures and stuff like that. I have 3 kids. Take it out. So I they operated on me. I had brain surgery. And before that, I told my brain surgeon and my neurosurgeon, I told him, yeah, I'll be back at work in 2 weeks, 2 weeks after the surgery. And he was like, most of the time it takes about 5 or 6 weeks to really get back on your feet and to really be able to work again. So I was like, okay. After 5 or 6 weeks, I wasn't able to go back to work. It just was not possible. I was tired, I was exhausted, I had this horrible tinnitus in my ears, ringing ears. It was horrific. But still, I was going to go. So I asked for 2 more weeks and then I really started. But I was already in my household, I was already working, I was already doing everything. And of course, the overwhelm kept on going and going and going and growing and growing and growing. So even a brain tumor didn't slow me down. So please don't do this. Please listen to yourself. What are you resisting? What are you not aligned with? What are you doing that you're not aligned with? And then the other thing you can ask yourself is, what is your dream? And give yourself the permission to think and feel about your dream. And once you really start remembering who you are, your overwhelm will go away. So these 6 steps can actually really help you to overcome your overwhelm. But please, the first thing is to stop and to listen. And actually listen to your beautiful body that's been taking care of you for all these years. It's always been there for you. And it wants to do the best it can. The only thing is that often we're not listening. So I wish you a really, really beautiful day. I have some company here. I wish you a really beautiful day. You can download the guide I made down below, in the comments down below. I think it's a really beautiful guide. If you don't find it in your mailbox, please check the spam, because several people have told me it arrives in their spam. So have a nice day. Bye bye. I hope this helps. Please leave a comment if this helps you, because then it helps me to make this even better. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Schat.
Wacht, wacht. 2 secondjes, sorry schat.